Bonsoir, bonsoir à tous et à toutes. Welcome everybody. C'est lundi. Et comme tous les lundis, on joue depuis déjà un petit moment déjà à Sam et Max. On en est à la saison 3, donc bientôt la fin. Mais on en est à l'épisode 3, on est au milieu de la saison 3. Salut Deoxys, salut Nata Sergal. J'espère que la reprise n'a pas été trop dure. C'est vrai qu'il fait chaud, hein. Et ça va se réchauffer à la fin de la semaine. Les grillons chantent très fort ici, ils sont ennuyeux. Ah, peut-être que je passe de l'insecticide bientôt. Enfin bon. Bref, on va rentrer à l'intérieur de la caverne, bien au frais, et puis on va jouer à Sam et Max. Donc c'est l'épisode 3, ils ont volé le cerveau de Sam et Max. Donc je pense qu'il y aura une rétrospective. On va déjà aller à l'intérieur, et puis on va déjà regarder comment ça se passe. Alors attendez déjà, non, je vais pas sortir. Voilà. Alors, le jeu, tu te charges. J'ai le temps de m'asseoir sur mon petit siège. Voilà. Allez, on est bien installé. C'est parti pour Sam et Max. J'aime bien la parodie des années 70 pour le générique. Ah bah ça commence direct par le générique. Ok. Super générique comme toujours. Alors, on va retrouver peut-être le narrateur, j'imagine, ou la séquence précédente.
Thanks to our magnificent brains, most of us live out our lives under the delusion that we are in control. But are our brains truly in control? Makes you think, doesn't it? Engrossed in the thrilling cinematic exploits of their ancestors, the freelance police have had no time to ponder these eternally vexing questions. But in mere moments, they and you will be plunged headfirst into these murky philosophical depths when Sam returns from his ill-timed bathroom break to discover they stole Max's brain.
Max?
Ah, c'est pas bon ça.
Hello, buddy? No, 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 no.
Oh.
What happened?
Ah, ça c'est pas moi qui grogne là, c'est lui. Oh là là, il est pas content. Il est pas content. Ça va chauffer.
What happened to Max? Talk.
Ouh là là. Maintenant c'est plus le bon flic, c'est le méchant flic.
Then bam! Out went the lights.
Through a fog of rage, darkness, and raisinets, I tried to remember what Flint Paper told me about interrogating suspects.
Oh mon Dieu.
Rule number 1, don't let the suspect control the conversation. Get him talking, then surprise him. Interrupt him with a question, or call him a liar, freak him out. And if all else fails, bring little Miss Persuasion out for a stroll.
Ouch. Alors, il faut essayer d'interrompre le suspect avec une question ou une menace. D'accord.
Actually, I think it was more of a boom, really. Really? Because I distinctly heard it more like a bam.
You lie! Why are you lying?
Oh.
We're not lying! Someone snuck up on us and knocked us out! How do you think we wound up on the floor like that?
Okay. What else can you tell me?
Well, that's the last thing we remember until you woke us up and started snarling at us. Yeah, that's the last thing we remember.
Bah
Rule
voyons.
number 2, timing is everything. When you hear the suspect lying, that's when you jump in and accuse him.
Alors, en interrompant un suspect à différents moments de son témoignage, on obtient d'autres réponses. Il faut l'interrompre au bon moment pour le faire parler. D'accord, faut le bon timing.
Yup, I was totally unconscious the whole time. I certainly didn't see anything interesting. No siree, Bob. Go ahead. Put us out of our... Since we've lost the devil's toy box, we might as well be dead anyway.
Too easy. Keep talking.
Well, that's about it.
Can we go now? The apocalypse is at hand, and we've got plans to make.
What happened to Max? Talk!
We don't know!
1 second we were guarding the devil's toy box,
Then bam! Out went the lights!
Il faut les interrompre au bon moment.
I think it was more of a boom, really.
Really? Because I distinctly heard it more like a bam.
Anyway, someone knocked us out with a booming and/or...
What are you talking about?
The devil's toy box!
It's a source of horrible, terrible power.
On avait
And
compris.
now it's gone! We're doomed! Doomed!
Stop doing that! What else can you tell me?
Well, that's the last thing we remember until you
Ouais.
woke up.
Yeah, that's the last thing we remember. Yup, I was totally unconscious.
On va essayer, il y a une
the whole
option qui
time.
n'est pas été traduite là.
I certainly didn't see anything interesting. No
On va
siree,
attendre un
Bob.
petit peu.
Can we go now? The apocalypse is...
Now all I can see is his blank, brainless body staring at me, asking me, why?
Okay, you've obviously got some issues to sort out, and we've got an apocalypse to prepare for, so can we go now?
What happened to Max?
Ah
Talk!
oui, d'accord, c'est pour redémarrer la
We don't know.
conversation.
1 second we were guarding the devil's
Okay.
toy box.
Then bam! Out went the lights!
Actually, I think it was more of a boom, really.
Really? Because I distinctly heard it more like a bam.
Anyway, someone...
Hurry it up!
Well, that's the last thing we remember.
Non, ça change
Yup, I
rien.
was totally unconscious the whole time.
Go ahead. Put us out of our...
Since
No.
we've lost the devil's toy box, we might as well be dead any...
Non, c'est pas le
Too
bon
easy.
timing.
Keep talking.
Well, that's about it.
Can we go now?
What happened to...
We don't know. Then bam! Out went...
Actually, I think it was more of a boom, really.
Really? Because I distinctly heard it more like a bam.
You lie! Why are you lying?
We're not lying. Someone snuck up on us and knocked us out.
Attention, il faut qu'on
How
passe
do
à
you
la,
think we
à
wound
la
up
seconde
on the
partie.
floor like that?
Okay. What else can you tell me?
Well, that's the last thing we remember until you woke us up and started snarling at us.
Yeah, that's the last thing we remember. Yup, I was
Hello,
totally
chaotic
unconscious
Alex.
the whole
Maman.
time.
What are you talking about?
Well, you see, when the brain loses consciousness, it loses the ability to process and retain memories. So
I
then,
already know that. Go on.
Well, that's about it.
can we go now? The apocalypse is at hand, and we've got plans to make.
What happened to Max? Talk!
1 second we were guarding the devil's toy box,
Then bam! Out went the light.
actually, I think it was more of a boom, really.
Really?
Skip it!
Well, that's the last thing we remember.
Yeah, that's the last thing we... Yup, I was totally unconscious the whole time.
Go ahead.
Non, c'est pas la bonne réponse.
Too easy. Keep talking.
Well, that's about it.
Can we go now?
What happened to Max?
We don't know.
1 second we were...
Then bam!
Actually, I think it was more of a boom.
Je vais attendre un petit peu.
Really?
I'm
'Cause
gonna
I
wait a little bit
distinctly
more.
heard it more like a bam.
Anyway, someone knocked us out with a booming and/or bamming sound, and
Well, that's the last thing we remember.
Ok, donc c'est...
yeah, that's... Yup, I was totally unconscious the whole time.
Liar!
All right.
Oui,
I
voilà,
came
c'est
to
bon.
before
Yes.
Jebediah.
Obadiah, why didn't you do anything?
I was afraid that he'd remove my brain too.
Who? Who took Max's brain?
It was the space gorilla.
Quoi? Il est de retour?
Skunk Abe.
Of course. He must have been released from the penal zone when the toy box was stolen.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Not half as sorry as that brain-stealing space ape's gonna be when I catch up with him.
Rule number 3, mole men are easy. To crack the tough nuts, you'll need information to prove your case.
Des
Sometimes
informations.
you gotta ask around to get the dirt on the doers. Now, go get them.
Parfois, les informations obtenues auprès d'un suspect permettent d'en accuser un autre. Il faut l'interrompre au bon moment pour obtenir ces informations. bonne chance.
I wrote a mental note to thank Flint at Max's funeral and got ready to squeeze some punks. General Skunky. I should have known. That space ape had wanted Max's brain ever since he found out it was special. Now that special brain was gone, and I was cut loose, drifting in the neon current, hoping for a lucky break.
Ah, mais c'est horrible. Il est là. Il y a des hommes de figurés d'espace.
You're one of Skunk Ape's goons. Where's your boss? What did he do to my little buddy?
I don't know. I haven't seen General Skunk
Hello,
since
je suis Abraham.
you unjustly imprisoned him in the penal zone. I'll never forget his final terrified howl as it echoed across the dimensional boundaries. Anyhow, since Skunkapi's imprisonment, I've been re-evaluating my life choices.
I'm fine, maman.
Abandoned violence for a career as a science spinner. It's a very fulfilling, low-temperature...
You lie!
No, it's true! I've abandoned a life of violence and conquest for an honest, peaceful job as a science spinner. See?
Ah, yes. So, where were we?
Enough about me. You should talk to the rat.
Huh?
Yes, the rat. He's certain...
Rat? What rat?
Frankie the rat. He traffics in stolen merchandise and plots with gambling rings.
Where can I find him?
He hangs out on the corner of Veni and Vidi in the Latin Quarter.
Yes, in France too, it's very warm.
Frankie the Rat. The name left a bad taste on my tongue and an itchy sensation in my boxers. Still, there wasn't a rodent more plugged into the bad wiring in this city.
Aha. C'est Frankie. Et fait comme un rat.
Hey, Rat.
Sam, buddy, how's it hanging?
My partner's got a bad case of a missing brain, and someone thinks you might know something about it.
Brain, huh? Well, I did see something unusual and brain-related a little while back.
Spill!
I was given directions to a confused tourist. Poor fella was wandering around in circles, scaring all the kiddies with...
You're lying!
Prove it!
I can't!
Then quit spraying me with spittle and let me finish. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. I was almost done helping the guy, see? When bam! All of a sudden, this space ape comes barreling down the street, fighting with some other mook. A space ape carrying a brain!
Huh?
Skunk Ape.
I hadn't seen anything that weird since Aunt Jacqueline's vacation slides from Pismo Beach, with the jellyfish on the water skis. Anyways, so I grabbed the tourist, and we ducked behind a bunch of crates with the other gorilla. We kept our heads down until the fight moved on down the street.
Ils sont partis dans une
That's all I
direction.
know about the space ape what took you by.
Other gorilla? What other gorilla?
Believe it or not, it was another space ape. He was spinning a sign for some pet store, the poor
Oui,
schlub.
c'est vrai.
So that dirty punk sign spinner did see Skunk Ape.
So now what?
One more time. What do you know about my partner's brain?
It's like I was telling you. I was given directions to a confused tourist. Poor fella was wandering around.
Quel
in
touriste?
circles.
Vers où?
Hey, take it easy, big fella. I sent him right over that way, about 2 miles.
Ok.
Frankie the Rat helping a tourist? It was absurd. Absurd like Max was, back when he had a brain. So imagine my surprise when I found Frankie's tourist wandering around the bad side of town.
Oh oh.
Oh! Ah!
Mon Dieu, c'est un Allemand. Uh-oh.
You foreign guy, what's your story?
Ooh, an American police shakedown! How thrilling!
Yeah, it's a real honor. Now, what do you know?
Well, about an hour ago, I was getting directions to the museum district from one of your colorful local rats.
And Frankie sent you here?
Yeah.
Dirty lion rat.
You know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about your country's rats, but this Frankie was so gracious and helpful. Anyhow, I was about to give him a tip for the help when all of a sudden the Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg erupted in the middle of one of your asphalt fjords. At least I think it was a Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg.
Ultra super colored what now?
The Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg. My people's word for a stunning battle between a strangely garbed man and an alien space gorilla carrying a brain in a jar. So, where was it? Oh, yes! After the fight moved on, I discovered that someone had picked my pockets, leaving me empty-handed and ibble-skibbled in a strange land. I left the scene of the crime, carrying nothing but the clothes on my back. You know what else? I'm starting to think that this isn't actually the museum district. Maybe I am mistaking the friendly rat's directions.
Let's hear your sad little story again, from the top.
Very well. You know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about your country's rats, but this Frankie was so gracious and helpful. Anyhow, I was about to give him a tip for the help when all of a sudden the Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg erupted in the middle of one of your asphalt fjords. At least I think it was Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg.
Liar!
Nein, nee, it really was a Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg, but more like a kleine Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg. But anyway, after the fight moved on, I discovered that someone had picked my pockets, leaving me empty-handed and ibble-skibbled in a strange land. I left the scene of the crime, carrying nothing but the clothes on my back. You know what else?
What?
Ibble-skibbled. It's a common European word that describes the feeling of my disorientation combined with nagging doubts about a rat. Honestly, what do they teach you Americans in your schools?
Video poker!
So, what else would you like to know?
Let's hear your sad little story again, from the top.
Very well. You know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about your country's rats, but this Frankie was so gracious and helpful. Anyhow, I was about to give him a tip for the help when all of a sudden the Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg erupted in the middle of one of your asphalt fjords. At least I think it was Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg. Might have been.
Hurry it up!
After the fight moved on, I discovered that someone had picked my pockets, leaving me empty-handed and ibble-skibbled in a strange land. I left the scene of the crime, carrying nothing but the clothes on my back. You know what else? I'm starting to think that this isn't a
liar.
What? Lie? How dare you make such an accusation without a shred of proof? When I get back to the hotel, I will report you to the European consulate at once.
Fine.
Fine. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. People in this country are so intense.
The tourists seemed like just another victim circle in the drain, but I knew there was more to the story. It was time to circle back and flush out the truth.
Alors, en clair, il faut interroger déjà notre singe. Déjà. Bon, c'est soirée interrogatoire. Il nous avait menti.
I'm back. Now where's Skunk Ape?
I don't know. I haven't seen General
C'est faux,
Skunk
il l'a vu.
since you unjustly imprisoned him in the
Non, 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 non.
Forget his final terrified.
That story ain't gonna wash, Bonzo. Your pal Frankie told me all about how you and he hid from a fight between Skunk Ape and some other guy. Now, make with the lip flapping and I better like what I hear.
It's true. A few of your Earth minutes ago, I was spinning my sign for Frankie the Rat and a tourist when General Skunk Ape came running down the street, chasing after a strangely garbed man. To my everlasting shame, I cowered behind a crate like a common Venusian bonobo as the General and his prey skirmished. After the General and the stranger fled the scene, I discovered that he had dropped this.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
I'm surprised he didn't come back for it, but...
What's that? A brain remover?
I believe it's one of the toys of power that my general has been collecting for the past 25 Krylex.
I knew that. Give me that toy.
No! I need it to get back in General
Hey, tu vas me le redonner.
Once I return this artifact to the General, he'll forgive my temporary abandonment of his goals and welcome me back to his crew with open arms. Oh, how I've come to miss standing there. That pitiful pop gun will never make me give up the rhinoplasty Earth Dog.
Comment faire?
Give me that toy.
No! I need it to get
Donc en clair, il faut arriver.
Oh, how I've come to miss standing at my general's side these past few hours. I wonder if he'll promote me.
On va réessayer. Attendez, je vais juste baisser un petit peu le son de la musique parce qu'elle est vachement forte, cette musique. On n'entend pas trop ce qu'ils disent. Alors attendez. On va mettre à niveau 1. C'est vraiment fort. Hein. Voilà.
But where's Skunk Ape?
Weren't you paying attention? A few of your Earth minutes ago, I was spinning my sign for Frankie the Rat and a tourist when General Skunkape came running down the street, chasing after a strangely garbed man.
Un type habillé bizarrement.
Strangely garbed?
Ouais.
Yes, a man in a faded jacket and a strange hat. He seemed to be carrying a box of some sort. General Skunkape was in hot pursuit. After the general and the stranger fled the scene, I discovered that he had dropped this. I'm surprised he didn't come back for it, but he appeared to be in something of a hurry. Oh well.
Give me that toy.
No! Once I oh, how I've come to miss standing at my general's side these past few hours.
Bon.
Hey! Don't you want to know about our baby iguana sale?
Bon, on va y retourner voir Frankie.
Frankie, what do you know? I was given directions to a confused tourist.
Ouais.
To the museum district?
Yeah, poor fella was wandering around in circles, scaring all the kiddies with his umlauts and
Ah oui, c'est l'allemand.
and whatnot. I was almost done helping the guy, see? When bam! All of a sudden, this space ape comes barreling down the street, fighting with some other mook. A space ape carrying a brain!
Skunk Ape.
Ouais, ça en est bon. Hein.
I hadn't seen anything that weird since Aunt Jacqueline's vacation slides from Pismo Beach, with the jellyfish on the water skis. Anyways, so I grabbed the tourist, and we ducked behind a bunch of crates with the other gorilla. We kept our heads down until the fight moved on down the street. And that's all I know about the space ape what took your buddy's brain.
You lie!
Hey, Sam, I never lie about my cowardice. I'm really proud of it. So now what?
On va recommencer, il faut qu'on aille jusqu'au
One
bout.
more time. What do you know about my partner's brain?
It's like I was telling you. I was given directions to a confused tourist.
To the museum district?
Yeah, poor fella was wandering around in circles, scaring all the kiddies.
Where?
Hey, take it easy, big fella. I sent him right over that way,
Bon,
about
ça, c'est
2
bon.
miles. Anyway, I was almost done helping the guy, see? When bam! All of a sudden, this space ape comes barreling down the street, fighting with some other mook. A space ape carrying a brain!
Skunk Ape.
I hadn't seen anything that weird since Aunt Jacqueline's vacation.
You lying, dirty rat!
No, really, it was a space ape and some dweeb
Oui,
in
le
a
chapeau.
goofy hat.
Le chapeau.
Anyway, so I grabbed the tourist, and we ducked behind a... And that's all I know about the space ape.
Other gorilla? What other gorilla?
Believe it or not, it was another space ape. He
Wait.
was spinning a sign for some pet store, the poor schlub.
So that dirty punk sign spinner did see Skunk Ape.
So now what?
On va repartir voir le premier.
You're welcome.
Frankie lied to me about helping that tourist. I hated when punks lie to me.
Attends, il l'a pas aidé, il l'a volé. Donc faut qu'on retourne voir Frankie pour lui dire qu'il a volé. Il l'a pas aidé.
What do you know? I was given
To the museum district?
Yeah, Poor fella was wandering around in circles, scaring all the kiddies with his umlauts and tvortisna.
Don't lie to me, Frankie. I talked to your tourist, and it looks to me like you sent him over to the wrong side of town to get rolled by your rat pack.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But this conversation is over. I ain't saying nothing till I get some legal representation. The nerve of some people. Trampling a rat's gut.
Do you want a lawyer? Here's an attorney from Smith & Wesson.
Okay, I'll talk. Sheesh. Like you guessed, I gave the tourist directions to the bad side of town, but I was just winding him up, really. Hey, ask me, the schmuck deserved it. Acting all high and mighty and European.
What?
You know, the bad side of town. Hoboville, Flemberg, Broken Corners, that area. Anyway, when the big fight broke out, me, the tourist, and the other gorilla ducked down behind a crate, and I, picked their pockets. The tourist was loaded with high-exchange European stuff, but all the
Other gorilla? What other gorilla?
believe it or not.
So that dirty...
Anyway, after the fight moved on, the tourist got a nice souvenir for his trouble, and I skedaddled back here. And that's all I know, honest.
Donc c'est-à-dire que le sac à puce a menti.
They'll vouch for old Frankie.
Attendez,
if they
le singe
know
aurait
what's good
menti.
for him, that is.
Stick around. I may be back.
I shall count the minutes.
Moi, je pense que le gorille nous a menti. Il n'a pas dit toute la vérité.
I'm back. Now where's Skunk Ape?
Ça y est, c'est
A few
reparti.
of your Earth minutes ago, I was spinning my sign for Frankie the Rat and a tourist when General Skunkape came running down the street, chasing after a strangely garbed man. To my everlasting shame, I cowered behind a crate.
You're lying!
Why would I lie about seeing Skunkape after you just caught me in a lie about not seeing him?
Sorry, lost my angry train of thought for a second. Continue!
As I was after the general and the stranger fled the scene, I discovered that he had dropped this. I'm surprised he didn't come back for it, but he appeared to be...
Liar!
It's right in front of your face, see?
Ah non, mais qui sont-
Okay, so maybe that's not a lie. Give me that toy!
No! I need it to get back in General Skunkape's good graces. Once I return this artifact to the General, he'll forgive my temporary abandonment of his goals and welcome me back to his crew with open arms. Oh, how I've come to miss standing at my General's side these... That pitiful pop gun will never make me give up the rhinoplasty Earth Dog.
Give me that toy!
No! Once I return this artifact to the General, oh, how I've come to miss standing at my General's side these...
I thought you were a sign-spinning pacifist now.
I was, but the sight of the General pummeling that stranger rekindled my hours-dormant lust
Ah ah,
to
il a
conquer the
tabassé
galaxy at
l'étranger.
his side.
Ah! That dumb ape really thought that his life was about to take a turn for the better. But I knew that the only turns in life are the ones that take you the wrong way down a one-way street to nowhere, where U-turns aren't permitted before 8 p.m. except for city buses.
Ooh, a repeat performance.
Let's
Ouais.
run through it one more time. And speak slowly. I'm an American.
As I said before, about an hour ago, I was getting directions to the museum district from one of your colorful local rats. You know, back in Europe, I heard so many warnings about your country's rats, but this Frankie was so...
Museum district.
See, yeah.
C'est
As a
bizarre,
child in
il a dit
Europe,
tout
I
autre chose.
always dreamt of visiting your city's famous museum district with its Institute of Incomplete Technologies and Hall of Filthy Arts. It's a little more underwhelming than it appeared in my schulbooks.
Sehr
Anything,
schön.
I was about to give him a tip for the help, when all of a sudden a Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg erupted in the middle of one of your asphalt fjords. At least I think it was a Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg. It might have been more of an Ödeler-Spokenfreundl affair, but I digress. After the fight moved on, I discovered that someone had picked my pockets, leaving me empty-handed and ibble-skibbled in a strange land. I left the scene of the crime, carrying nothing but the clothes on my back. You know what else? I'm starting to think that this isn't actually the museum district. Maybe I am mistaking the French...
Don't play innocent with me, metric lover. The rat saw you pick up something after the fight.
C'est clair, il a ramassé quelque chose.
Yeah, it's true. I took a souvenir from the fight.
Ça doit être un jouet du pouvoir.
Here.
Norrington? Who the heck is Norrington?
I don't know. Just don't hurt me.
On a trouvé quelque chose, Docteur Norrington.
You Americans are all animals. Animals.
Bah oui, techniquement, oui.
Finally, a clue. Norrington. The name rang fewer bells than a sleigh in July. Fortunately, it didn't need to.
Et pourquoi on va pas au musée, en fait?
Crimetron, do your stuff. What do you mean not found in database?
Huh?
The Crimetron requires additional clues to make an informed deduction.
Clues? I haven't got time for clues. Max's body is starting to smell differently.
Then maybe you should stop yelling at my girlfriend and start with the clue-finding.
Quoi, c'est sa petite amie? Quoi? Il faut plus d'indices. On va voir Frankie.
Frankie, what do you know? Like you guessed, I gave the tourist directions to the bad side of town, but I was just winding them up, really. Hey, ask me, the schmuck deserved it. Acting all high and mighty and European, wearing his fancy socks. When the big fight broke out, me, the tourist, and the other gorilla ducked down behind a crate, and I, picked their pockets. The tourist was loaded with high-exchange European stuff, but all the
Other gorilla? What other gorilla? So that dirty punk sign spinner did see.
Anyway, after the fight moved on, the tourist got a nice souvenir for his trouble, and I
Ah voilà,
skedaddled
là il
back
dit la
here.
vérité là.
And that's all I know, honest. Ask...
Liar!
No, honest, I came right back here.
Ouais, c'est ça.
And then you showed up and started slapping me around. So now what?
On va réessayer.
Once more, with feeling.
If you insist. Like you guessed, I gave the tourist directions to the bad side of town, but I was just winding them up, really.
Je pense pas qu'il y ait de faille là.
Hey, ask me, the schmuck deserved it. Acting all high and mighty and European. Again with the gun. Look, I'm talking, ain't I?
I guess.
Anyway, when the big fight broke out, me, the tourist, and the other gorilla ducked down behind a crate, and I, picked their pockets. The tourist was loaded with high-exchange European stuff.
Other gorilla? What other gorilla?
Oh, je pensais qu'il dirait ce qu'il avait trouvé dans les poches.
So that dirty punk.
Anyway, after the fight moved on, the tourist got a nice souvenir. And that's all I know, honest. Ask anybody. They'll
Souvenir?
Yeah, something fell out of the funny
Ouais.
hat guy's pocket, and the tourist scooped it up.
Qu'est-ce qu'on a
What
ramassé?
was it?
I don't know, something.
So the tourist didn't leave empty-handed after all.
So what now?
Bon, on va aller voir les
That
deux autres.
dumb ape really thought that his
Oh,
life was
yeah,
about to
yeah.
take a turn for the better. But I knew that the only turns in life are...
Uh-oh.
Back! Now where's Skunk Ape?
A few of your Earth minutes ago, I was spinning my sign for Frankie the Rat and a tourist when General Skunkape came running down the street, chasing after a strangely garbed man. To my everlasting shame, I cowered behind a crate like a common Venusian bonobo as the General and his prey skirted. Are you trying to threaten me with that?
Maybe.
Non, lui,
You
ça
are
marche
aware
pas.
that my ultra-dense space gorilla hide renders me impervious to your puny Earth bullets, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Where were we?
After the General and the stranger fled the scene, I discovered that he had dropped this. I'm surprised he didn't come back for it, but he appeared to be in something of a hurry.
What's that? A brain remover?
I believe it's one of the toys of power that my General has been collecting for the past 25 Kryleks.
I knew that. Give me that toy.
No! I need it to get back in General Skunkapi's good graces.
Oh.
Once I return this artifact to the General, he'll forgive my temporary abandonment of his goals and welcome me back to his crew with open arms. Oh, how I've come to miss standing at my General's side these past few hours. I wonder if he'll promote me.
You're lying!
About what?
Give me that toy!
On va recommencer.
No! I need it to get back in General Skunkapi's good graces. Once I return this artifact to the General, he'll forgive my temporary abandonment of his goals and welcome me back to his crew with open arms. Oh, how I've come to miss standing at my
On va pas réagir
General's
pour l'instant, on va
side these
attendre.
past few hours.
Il faut
I wonder
attendre.
if he'll promote me.
Non, il le range en fait.
Ah!
Il le range. On va peut-être retourner voir notre ami allemand.
I wasn't going back there. Not for all the bums on Broadway.
D'accord.
The tourist would have to find his own way back to
Ah,
Europe.
d'accord. Bon, j'ai pas besoin d'y retourner. Donc en clair, c'est entre ces deux-là que ça se joue, quoi.
There was nothing left for me there.
Ah,
Nothing but a low-down lion rat.
d'accord. Donc en fait, il faut que je me débrouille avec le gorille. Ah, mais c'est bien. Bon, j'ai pas besoin d'y retourner, les autres.
I'm back!
Faut que je trouve la
Now
bonne
where's
combinaison de
Skunky?
dialogue.
A few of your Earth minutes ago, I was spinning my sign for Frankie the Rat and a tourist
Ouais,
when
jusque-là,
General
ça paraît correct.
Skunkapi came running down the street, chasing after a strangely garbed man. To my everlasting shame,
Strangely garbed?
yes, a man in a faded jacket and a strange hat. He seemed to be carrying a box of some sort. General Skunkapi was in hot pursuit.
Oh.
After the General and the stranger fled the scene, I discovered that he had dropped this. I'm surprised he didn't come back for it, but he appeared to be in something of a hurry. Oh well.
Give me that toy!
No! I
Ça, c'est la
need it
réponse
to get
standard,
back in
ça.
General Skunkapi's good graces. Once I return this artifact to the General, he'll forgive my temporary abandonment of his goals and welcome me back to his crew with open arms. Oh, how I've come to miss standing at my General's side these past few hours. I wonder if he'll promote me.
I thought you were a sign-spinning pacifist now.
C'est clair.
I was, but the sight of the General pummeling that stranger rekindled my hours dormant lust to conquer the galaxy at his side.
On y est presque.
Give me that toy!
No! I need it to get back in
Comment le
General
convaincre?
Skunkapi's good graces. Once I return this artifact to the General, he'll forgive my temporary abandonment of his goals and welcome me back to his crew with open arms. Oh, how I've come to miss standing at my General's side these past few hours. I wonder if he'll promote me. That pitiful pop gun will
Donc
never
là, ça
make me
fonctionne
give
pas
up
avec
the
lui.
rhinoplasty, Earth Dog.
Give me that
Ce
toy!
serait les choix qui est à
No!
gauche,
I
peut-être.
need it to get back in
Bon.
General Skunkapi's good graces. Once I oh,
Ouais.
how I've come to miss standing at my General's side these past few hours. I wonder if he'll promote me.
Là,
Give
c'est
me that
bizarre.
toy!
No! Once I oh, how I've come to miss standing at my General's side these past few hours. I wonder if he'll promote.
You're lying!
About what?
Give me that toy!
No! I need it to get back in. Once I return. Oh, how I've come to miss standing at my General's side.
I thought you were a sign-spinning pacifist now.
I was, but the sight of the General.
Ouais, je suis
Give me that
coincé.
toy.
I'm
No!
stuck.
Once I. Oh, how I've come to miss.
Huh. You're fooling yourself, kid.
What are you talking about?
The only thing Skunk Ape's gonna welcome you with is a fistful of phasers. You can't go home again. You can't even get on the porch.
Oui, c'est vrai.
You've tasted the apple, peed in the pool, bitten the hand that rocks the cradle. You're a sign spinner to him now, and that's all you're ever gonna be.
You're
Ah, mais
right.
c'est horrible.
It's hopeless. No matter what I do now, I'll never soar through the galaxy at my General's side ever again.
Ah bah on a réunion de morale, du coup on peut récupérer le jouet.
And I hate to tell you, but you're not a very good sign spinner either.
Oh.
I hated to see a grown gorilla cry, so I got in the car and looked for another lost soul to join me as I gazed into the abyss.
Je pense qu'on en a fini avec les interrogatoires là.
The last time we saw the rhinoplasty toy, Max's special brain used it to turn into a bazooka. Now it was gonna lead me to the guy who stole that special brain. It wasn't exactly ironic, but I didn't care. Okay, Crime-Tron, this is your last chance before I start looking for an upgrade.
Alors, on va rentrer. On va voir son
Come on, you
résultat.
obsolete hunk of junk. Talk! Where's Skunk Ape?
Sam, no!
Stop holding out on me!
Ça, c'est en...
Get away from her, you brute.
Ah bah c'est plus en français du coup. Musée d'histoire quasi naturelle.
Finally.
Ah bah zut alors.
Audiences across the country say you're a monster, Sam.
What have you become?
The Museum of Mostly Natural History. The tarnished jewel of the city's once thriving museum district. Max and I always meant to visit, but we'd never gotten around to it. Now we were finally going to take in its thrilling and dubiously educational displays with a vengeance.
On doit se rendre au musée. Histoire quasi naturelle.
Skunky, it's time to pay the piper.
Ah bah, c'est de nouveau en
Plus
français.
tax and applicable service fees.
Uh-oh. Il a l'air d'avoir pas un chat. Ah, non. Acceptez là-haut. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Il faut des expériences. Allez, ça a sauvegardé. On va se mettre en mode QWERTY. Voilà.
Take a look around after I track down Max's brain.
D'accord. C'est au planétarium que ça se passe.
My superior technological might, necromancer!
Slow it down your simian hindquarters, barbarian!
Skunky. And...
Oui, qu'est-ce que tu fais là?
He's looking pretty spry for a 120-year-old. And there's the Devil's Toy Box. And is that...
Sam! Get me out of here. This whole place smells like gorilla and patchouli.
The interloper who foiled my scheme to collect the toys of power and re-imprisoned me in the penal zone?
Sam? The great-grandson of the patron who put the kibosh on my intricate plan to unleash Yogg-Sothoth and take over the world?
I hate that guy.
I hate that guy!
Yes, yes. A common
Pas
enemy.
bon.
I propose an alliance.
You get the galaxy, I get the Earth?
Agreed.
Nice going, Bubble Brain.
Don't blame me. I'm still trying to find the volume controls on this thing.
Minions, after him.
Uh-oh.
Sam? Oh, man. Now I'm stuck in here with the alliance of C-list supervillains. Ah, it was way more fun when they were fighting.
Ah bah du coup je suis coincé. Regarde voir les jouets que j'ai à ma disposition.
Come to us, precious ones.
Hey, you! Fez guy!
What is it?
You're a magical mumbo-jumbo guy, so maybe you can tell me. What's the deal with me having psychic powers all of a sudden? Am I going through the change?
It's difficult to say. The only minds on this plane capable of wielding the toys of power are the insane, the simple, or the defective.
Ah, you've been reading my press kit.
But encountering two special brains in the same bloodline is practically unheard of. Your lineage is most peculiar and dangerous.
You should see us during holiday cookouts.
Alors, le coffre à jouer.
What are you and Corporal Buttcheeks here doing with the Devil's Toy Box anyway?
We're unwinding and rewiring the synapses of your brain to cast a blasphemous net of tech necromancy across reality so that the toys of power may be properly encased within the Devil's Toy Box.
Ah, that's about what I thought.
Really? Repeat what I just said.
Blah, blah, blah. I've got a wonderful brain. Blargy, blargy. More toys for me.
Et ton musée alors?
Pretty grubby joint you got here.
It's one of the finest collections in the world. Our Yog-Sothoth tapestry is one of a kind.
Gee, it'd be a shame if Skunk Ape's minions ripped your tapestry to shreds and used it for space towelettes. You know, accidentally.
Yeah, don't even think of such a thing.
Why are you and that big dumb ape Skunk Ape working together?
General Skunkapi and I have had a meeting of minds over our mutual loathing of you, your partner, and your forefathers.
So that added up to what? One mind between you?
I just hope his brain-dead minions can dispose of your partner without injuring any of my employees.
Parle de Sam là.
Could you try and stop your new buddy from zapping Sam with a banana-shaped ray gun or whatever?
Why should I give a hellbeast's hangnail about the fate of Sameth's brood?
Well, let me get back to you on that. How come you haven't aged a day since my great-grandpa kicked your demon-summoning butt back in the olden times?
The horrible secret of my apparent immortality is too terrible to comprehend, and would surely drive an uninitiated mind such as yours to the brink of madness were I to utter it.
So, Pilates then?
Il aurait fait de la gym.
What are you doing in this 2-bit museum anyway?
Since my defeat at the hands of your meddling ancestors, I've insinuated myself into the archaeological community, painstakingly gathering the requisite toys of power necessary to reopen a doorway between our world and the realm of Yog-Sothoth.
Nerd.
C'est clair, bon, il n'y a plus d'options.
All this talking with my brain is making me tired. Let's talk later.
Bon. Là, c'est bizarre, il est revenu à sa position de départ. Regardez le coffre à jouer.
These two goofs are about as entertaining as public radio. Oh, I sure hope Sam survived the
attack
of the minions.
Sam?
I've got a lot of complaining to do.
Ah si. Ah, il est là, Sam. Ah, c'est pas bête, il va les enfermer dehors.
Well, at least I know that Max's brain is still alive and kicking. I'll never get back in there while Skunk Ape and Paperweight are working together. Maybe I can break up those lovebirds from out here.
Rien ne vaut un salaire. On peut faire.
Somehow I doubt they're gonna lure in the jaded thugs of today with laser light shows. Not enough despinings to hold a young person's attention. That's interesting. Holy oak, Massachusetts. If I remember my field guide for
Mon Dieu, mais c'est Cthulhu!
That tentacle's a flagellum from the dark dimension.
D'accord, on trouver un moyen de passer ces trucs là, c'est horrible.
Hey, you!
Who,
Okay.
me?
Don't get kid with me, wise guy. What are you doing in the museum after dark?
Yes,
I'm
c'est ces
Sam.
trucs.
I'm with the freelance police.
Freelance police, eh? I heard a lot about you guys. A lot. I'm Sal, museum's security guy. You must be looking into all the freaky shenanigans going on around here.
Ouais,
Yeah.
c'est bien de savoir.
Well, feel free to poke around. But right now, you gotta do something about this pile of trash.
That's not trash. That's my partner.
Partner, trash,
Non, veut.
potato, potato. If it's not up and moving in the next few minutes, I'm tossing that smelly lump of guts into the incinerator.
Incinerator?
Hey, t'as pas le droit de faire ça.
Sal.
Keep it down, will ya? This is a museum, not a locker room.
No.
Would you mind not throwing my little buddy into the museum's incinerator?
What can I do, Sam? If Mr. P finds another corpse strewn about all willy-nilly on the exhibit floor, he's gonna kick my thorax right to the unemployment office. Say your friend's still alive? You better get him moving.
Any idea what that paperweight loser is doing in the planetarium?
Hey, don't be calling Mr. Paperweight a loser. He's a stand-up guy who took me in and gave me a job.
He's not here, you know.
Nah, I got no idea what that loser's up to. Heck, I can't even understand half the things he tells me over the headphones.
Attends.
Sal, why is that name so familiar? Wait a minute. Stinky used to have a fry cook named Sal.
Non.
Yep, that'd be me.
A 6-foot-tall cockroach working at Stinky's? That's shocking. No, wait. What's that thing that's the complete opposite of shocking?
D'accord.
So why did Grandpa Stinky fire you? I mean, aside from the whole disease-carrying vermin thing.
He, didn't approve of a cockroach.
Un cafard dans la cuisine.
That's strange. Grandpa Stinky never had problems with cockroaches before.
Ugh.
Would you mind not throwing my little buddy into the museum's incinerator?
What can I do, Sam? If Mr. P finds another corpse strewn about all willy-nilly on the exhibit floor, he's gonna kick my thorax right to the unemployment office.
Ouch.
Say your friend's still alive? Better get him moving.
He hasn't got a brain.
Well, maybe you should find him a new one. Sheesh, some detective you are.
Hey, il se moque de moi, là. C'est pas gentil.
Your boss is gathering demonic toys for a nefarious purpose.
Toys, eh? And what do you want me to do about it?
Call the Army, the Navy, the Swiss Guard.
You want me to turn on my boss? Dream on, buddy. This is a pretty cushy job here, and I ain't messing it up over a bunch of demonic toys.
Nice headphones. Listening to the game? Or maybe some Black Flag?
Now, these are my official museum guard emergency headphones. I gotta wear these so that Mr. Paperweight can tell me where to go in case of a security emergency. Of course, I haven't heard from him in a while. He must be busy up there with that space gorilla guy.
Ok. Donc le dernier choix possible est les singes de l'espace.
Don't look now, but there's a scandalously clad intergalactic despot running roughshod through your museum.
You mean General Skunkape? He's an A1 buttwad, all right. But what are you gonna do? Mr. Paperweight's rolled out the red carpet for him in his
Enfin non, c'est pas du tout étonnant.
Don't you think you should alert the authorities?
What? Lose my job?
Ouais, c'est vrai que c'est important.
How's life with Skunk Ape?
Skunk Ape. That's a good one. I'll have to remember that. Not so bad. Aside from the big gorilla over there guarding the door, most of these apes just hang out in the planetarium.
D'accord.
What's with all the apes running around?
Beats me. Mr. Paperweight told me to steer clear of them. So that's what I'm gonna do.
D'accord. Et parce que dans son dos, il y a du papier toilette. Ugh.
See you, Sal.
Careful out there, Sam. This place is cuckoo tonight.
Vous savez quoi, hein? On va faire une petite pause, maman. Et puis je reviens dans quelques instants pour la suite. Maman. Allez, on se retrouve dans quelques instants. À tout de suite. Maman. On est de retour. Alors, attendez. Déjà... On voit déjà ce qu'on a dans l'inventaire. Ben, on a juste le flingue. On a juste ça. Ok.
That fellow reminds me of my great-granduncle Eustachius.
I had some chocolate. Because I need my brain to solve that mystery. D'accord. Bon, on peut déjà essayer le flingue sur les tentacules. Allez, ça n'a pas fonctionné.
Senseless vandalism has its place, but this isn't it.
Ok. Il veut pas, il doesn't want. Tiens, des vitrines.
Inexplicable object of unknown provenance.
Hey. Tiens,
Hey, it's a moai head. How's it hanging, big guy? Fine, be that way.
Hey, c'est pas Excalibur ça? C'est quoi ça? Tirer l'épée.
Behold, the dread wonder of Yogg.
Oh maman, Yogg-Sothoth? C'est ça, Yogg-Sothoth?
Yeah. I'm glad my great-grandpa stopped that trans-dimensional beauty from manifesting in the east side.
My chocolate. Oh maman. My precious chocolate. Let's see.
Behold, the dread wonder of Yogg-Sothoth, overfiend of the dark dimension.
Ok. Ah, c'est nul.
Creepy. It's a good thing our forefathers kept this guy from schlepping into our dimension, or we'd probably be seeing that on our currency by now.
Oh, super, un casque de visite. Un audio guide.
Museum of Mostly Natural History guided tour. Ah, an audio guide that attempts to make sense of the nonsensical museum displays. I should take one of these for our office.
D'accord, on a un audio guide. Et des commandes.
Welcome to the Museum of Mostly Natural History. My name is Anton Paperweight, and I'll be your narrator on this self-guided tour today.
Oh, j'ai des idées, ça donne des idées.
Let us begin. Please make your way to the Mesozoic era exhibit in the center of the main floor. Although it lasted for only 7 weeks during the late summer of 56 million BC, the Mesozoic era produced an incredible explosion of evolutionary diversity, most of which was quickly erased by less ridiculous creatures. Gently yank the bone to hear the roar of the Poiosaurus henway. Please make your way to the animatron of the terrible beast assaulting the city. Please proceed to the Treasures of the Forgotten Pharaoh exhibit. And finally, the pride of the museum. Please proceed to the Knights of Yogg-Sothoth display.
Ok. On a des commandes, ok, c'est l'audio guide. Yummy.
It says it's an information desk, but I feel dumber just looking at it.
Ok.
Earth Dog Man, where do you think you're going?
I'm just looking for the snack foods exhibit.
No one leaves here. Skonkape's orders.
Why?
We're supposed to be on the lookout for, Sam. That's it, Sam. Are you Sam?
No, my name is Tyrone. Sam's that guy.
"'Tis we! I've arrived at the world-famous Museum of Mostly Natural History.
Gila to Skonkape. I've successfully neutralized the one known as Sam.
Describe him.
Pink, hairless, difficult to place accent.
That's not Sam, you fool. Now don't bother me again until you find Sam.
Apparently that wasn't Sam.
Oh well, happy hunting.
Thank you, Tyrone.
Oh mon dieu. Ils ont dégommé l'allemand. Le Poulosaurus.
Oyosaurus henway.
N'importe quoi.
Toxicodendron paleness, a prehistoric and virulent form of poison ivy, was 7 times as irritating as its modern counterpart. Primitive life forms were often driven into fits of howling, scratching rage by the merest sampling of T. paleness's secretions. It's hard to believe something that pretty could be so annoying.
On peut pas en prendre une feuille. C'est pour être utile.
Oyosaurus.
Non, ça on sait. Il faudrait un outil sûrement. Tiens, si on lui donnait l'audio guide. Allez, vas-y.
Hey, Sal, look. 3 monkeys violating that statue overhead.
Where? I didn't see nothing. Which is a good thing, since we put all the monkeys down in storage with the leather jackets.
On va voir si mon hypothèse est juste.
Welcome to the Museum of Mostly Natural History.
Mr. Paperweight. Gee, thanks. That's the nicest thing you've said since you hired me. So, what can I do for you, boss?
Please make your way to the animatron of the terrible beast assaulting the city.
Beast attacking the city. Right away, boss.
Please proceed to the Treasures of the Forgotten Pharaoh exhibit.
The Egypt exhibit? Right away, boss.
I guess Sal's out of range.
I'll head back to base now, Mr. P.
Ok, je commence à comprendre. Un sablier ici. Et... Ah, c'est horrible.
To witness the final stage of the coming apocalypse, turn the hourglass. Okay.
What? Ah, mais c'est nul.
Whoa, I did not see that coming.
Ah oui, quand même. Il y a pas quelque chose là? Ah, j'ai une idée. On peut pas redéclencher le truc.
Please proceed to the Treasures of the Forgotten
Non, c'est pas ça.
Pharaoh
C'est pas
exhibit.
ça.
I guess Sal's out of...
I'll head back to base now, Mr.
And finally, the Pride. Please proceed to the Knights of Yog-Sothoth display.
Non, c'est pas la bonne.
Knights of Yog-Sothoth exhibit? Right away, sir.
The Order of Yog-Sothoth were an ancient society of mystic knights dedicated to serving an overfiend of the dark dimensions. This priceless tapestry, woven from the meticulously groomed back hair of the knights, is all that remains of their order.
That's really illuminating, boss. Anything else, boss?
To see the terrifying power of the Yog-Sothoth
salut,
tapestry,
Tiberion.
pull the sword from the eyeball.
Pull the sword? Will do, boss.
Oh, ah, ça va, un peu
It's okay
fatigué.
to me. Anything else, boss?
Let us begin. Please make your way to the Mesozoic era exhibit in the center of the main floor.
The dinosaur exhibit. You got it.
Please make your way to the animatron of the terrible beast assaulting the city.
The beast attacking the city. I see a beast, boss, but he's not attacking any city. Anything else, boss?
Oui, oui.
Boss?
Il faut qu'il attaque.
Well, if you don't have anything else for me, I'll just head back to
D'accord,
the base.
d'accord, j'ai compris. Pour se débarrasser du gorille. Oui, il faut qu'il attaque. Il faut qu'il soit menaçant.
Hey, guard guy.
Don't bother me, Tyrone. I've got to keep a lookout for Sam.
Right. I'll just let you get back to that.
Comment faire?
Hey, guard guy.
Don't bother me.
Right. I'll...
Ah, c'est dommage, s'il était agressif. Ça fait 1 heure de mise à jour, Sibérien.
Better reunite Max's body with his brain, or a positive facsimile, before Sal tosses it into an incinerator.
Bon, on va explorer avant. Hein. Le musée a l'air vachement grand en fait. Ça veut bien charger. Ah bah non, il n'y a rien. Techniquement, en fait, ils ont volé le cerveau de Sam. Donc on a interrogé 3 suspects qui nous ont conduits au musée d'histoire quasi naturelle. Et du coup, ben, on se rend bien compte que là, ben, il y a des gorilles de l'espace qui sont là. Donc il faut qu'on s'en débarrasse. Et pour ça, ce que j'ai fait jusqu'à présent, c'est que j'ai mis sur la tête l'audio guide, sur la tête de l'employé. Il croit que c'est le patron qui parle, alors qu'en fait c'est moi qui juste appuie sur les boutons de l'audio guide, quoi. Il y a moyen de le manipuler. Oh, un téléphone.
It's too bad Max's mighty psychic brain isn't here. There's all sorts of new phone numbers on this courtesy phone.
Alors, contrôler Max, rester avec Sam. On va déjà rester avec Sam, je vais voir ce qui se passe. Ah non, d'accord, c'est là la transition. Ok, bon, on va voir du côté de Max. Alors, on est enfermé ici.
My power is growing.
Look at all those cool psychic toys. Am I doing that?
Indeed, yes. Your psychic brain, melded to Monsieur Paperweight's sorcery and my super science, have created a techno-arcanic whirlpool, drawing the toys to this convenient container.
So that explains the giant sucking sound in my head.
No, that's just you.
D'accord.
What's that for?
That controls our new laser light show. It will bring many, many young people to the museum.
If you can lure them away from their zoetropes. Hey, minions.
Yes? Don't talk to the squishy one, me T-ho. The General says his brain has the power to cloud apes' minds.
Flatterer.
Ouais, bah c'est Marcel en ce moment. Voilà.
Hey, skunk ape!
Yes?
Alors, attendez.
Why are you working with that creepy paperweight guy?
Monsieur Paperweight and I have reached an accommodation.
Is that legally permitted in this state?
I'm lending my scientific prowess to his mystical efforts to draw the toys of power into the so-called Devil's Toy Box.
That spell thing Paperweight's working on. It wouldn't have something to do with summoning an elder god by the name of Yog-Sothoth, would it?
Now that you mention it, Yog-Sothoth's name did come up once or twice. He's certainly touchy about that precious tapestry of his.
Yeesh. I see you've got your old band of lackeys back together.
Yes, yes. My mighty army is once again ready to take on the galaxy. At least they would be if Paperweight's filthy security guard wasn't underfoot. That disease-carrying insect had better keep his pestilent thorax away from my boys.
D'accord, et lui.
So, long time no see.
Long time? Yes, yes. If only you knew how long. It has been but a handful of Earth hours since you and your companion imprisoned me in the penal zone. However, due to the temporal phase shifting of the zone, I experienced years of maddening nothingness during those fleeting hours.
Ah, that would explain the tiny crow's feet around the eyes. Not to mention that telltale old gorilla smell. What are you doing here, anyway?
The same thing I was doing all those years ago.
Boring me to tears?
Gathering the toys of power so that I might conquer the galaxy.
Ok, et moi, qu'est-ce que je vais devenir?
Now that you and Fezhead have stopped fighting, could you tell me how my brain ended up outside my sexy little body?
I took it from you after I was suddenly ejected from the penal zone.
How come I didn't notice?
You appeared to be entranced by a primitive form of Earth entertainment.
Around here, we call it a popcorn coma, big guy. What are you planning to do with my brain once this whole Toys for Jerks drive is over?
The same thing I planned to do before you yanked me into your AirSat's penal zone. Plug your brain into my ship's central computer and use your terrifying psychic powers to conquer the galaxy.
Couldn't we just use them to cruise for chicks? The ladies love a good spoon bending.
That's curious. My scans indicate you don't even like girls.
Could you try not to kill Sam? He's my designated driver whenever I'm in the sauce like this.
Oh, my minions won't kill him.
That's good.
They're under strict orders to drag him beaten and bloodied to my feet so that he might witness my ascension to ruler of the galaxy.
Just so long as he can still drive. What are you two scamps doing with the devil's toy box?
We're tapping the nigh-infinite power of your brain to create a bifurcated vortex of technological and arcane energies to impel the toys of power to return to their point of origin via a 5-dimensional matrix of quantum foam and sympathetic magics.
Yes, of course.
You have no idea what I just said.
No,
but if it means more psychic toys for me, then vortex away.
Bon, on a épuisé toutes les possibilités.
Could you go over there for a while? The way you're salivating over my anterior cortex is creeping me out, frankly.
Very well.
Pas notre contrôle high-tech.
Is that an espresso machine? Because I've always wanted to pour caffeine directly into my brain.
This device is used to maintain the complex matrix of energies between the Devil's Toy Box, your magnificent brain, and Paperweight's chaos magic, and funnel them into the planetarium's crude projector.
Fascinating. Now tell me more about my magnificent brain.
Ok. La porte.
Looks like Max is stoking the fires of discord. I'll see if I can add some fuel from out here.
Il est juste de l'autre côté, c'est pour ça. On va voir cette exposition des pharaons. Je suis curieux de voir ce que c'est. Oh! Ah, c'est flippant.
Normally, the code of the freelance policeman frowns on stealing ancient brains. Desperate times call for icky measures. Ew, it's warm, pulsing, wriggly. I don't know whether to be repulsive or use it as a neck massager.
Ah, mais c'est horrible. Qu'est-ce que ça fout là? Qu'est-ce que ça fout là? Un cerveau d'Égyptien? Je les connais.
Most of the brains I carry around in my jacket are a lot less warm and pulsing. I bet this thing would fire right up if I stuck it in a body. Ah, the Sphinx.
Oh, I can
almost smell it. Seriously, it smells like aspen here.
Je ne sais pas. On va voir si on trouve des concombres.
Ooh, pointy and dangerous.
Ooh.
Two of my favorite things. Max would love to get his hands on this doohickey. Too bad he doesn't have any hands right now. Hey, it's me. Give or take 4,000 years and a decent tailor.
C'est vrai qu'il y a un petit air de famille.
Putrefy and decompose. Might as well do it with style.
Oh.
no idea ancient Egypt was so madcap.
Ouais. Le diorama sur l'Égypte.
It's dioramas like this that make me appreciate the joys of
ça.
central air conditioning, collective bargaining, and comfortable headwear.
Bon, c'est pas ça. Bon, y a-t-il une autre salle qu'on pourrait explorer? Ah, toujours ces tentacules qui nous bloquent le passage là. On a un cerveau, une télécommande audio guide pour faire bouger la bestiole en bas.
The Osmunda Kincadium, aka the boring fern, possessed no interesting qualities whatsoever. That's not nice. I'm sure it was very interesting once you got to know it.
C'est clair. C'est bizarre d'avoir écrit ça. Voyons voir s'il y a d'autres choix avec le gorille. Non, 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 je vais parler au gorille.
Hey, guard guy.
Don't bother me, Tyrone. I've got to keep a lookout for Sam.
Right. I'll just let you get back to that.
Non, visiblement, on a épuisé toutes les réponses. Faudrait juste qu'il soit violent, en fait. Visiblement, on peut utiliser cette attraction-là pour agresser le singe. Le propulser en l'air, un truc de ce style-là. Ou l'humilier. J'aime bien faire ça. Bon, bon. Alors, attendez. Voilà. Bon. C'est le monstre qui bouffe la ville. Il faut faire disparaître pour qu'il attaque. Ensuite, on va monter les escaliers. Est-ce qu'il y a autre chose à voir? J'ai pas l'impression. Ah, attendez, c'est quoi ça? Les mauvaises idées de voyage, enfin de déplacement, mode de locomotion.
Coming soon, a brief history of bad ideas in transportation. I hope Max's brain and body are reunited by the time this exhibit opens. He loves tooling around in comically unviable vehicles. Although the Hindenburg met its fiery demise in 1937, its sister ship, the Aeroschwein, is still in operation today and was a stunt double in the 1968 musical Let's All Go for a Ride in My Beautiful Balloon. So that's where that song came from. Good thing Max isn't here. Edutainment sends him into an atavistic rage.
Ah, j'ai minimisé les jeux. Ah, ah. T'inquiètez pas. Le jeu est assez sensible. On va voir cette exposition égyptienne plus dans le détail.
Ooh, that pharaoh's brain sure is wriggly. That won't work. Don't think so.
Non. Par contre, il me faudrait cet outil-là.
ancient Egyptian brain screw. The engravings on this particular brain screw indicate that it was reserved for pharaohs, viziers, or other high-ranking muckety-mucks. Muckety-mucks? The museum's copywriter must have thought no one would read that far. Deadly and dangerous. Two of my favorite things.
Comment on peut faire pour avoir le truc là?
Senseless vandalism has its place, but this isn't it.
Ah, j'ai pas le droit de faire ça.
If you're going to putrefy and decompose, might as well do it in style. I better reunite Max's body with his brain, or a plausible facsimile, before Sal tosses it
Un
into an
facsimilé. Mais oui, j'ai déjà un cerveau, c'est vrai. Maman. On va déjà... Faut déjà s'occuper du corps de Max, déjà. Le problème, c'est que je peux pas sortir, c'est ça le souci.
None shall pass.
Gotta love the classics.
None shall
Je peux pas
pass.
passer. Maman.
None shall.
Donc il faut s'en débarrasser, quoi. Voilà, comme ça quand on aura l'ordre de se débarrasser du type violent qui attaque la ville, ben, il attaquera l'insecte sale par... se débarrassera du gorille. Maintenant, ce qu'il faut, c'est... C'est quoi ça?
That fellow reminds me of my great-granduncle Eustachius.
Ouais, il y a un petit air de famille.
Canis erectus. This freakish tooth, dating from the late Phamerian era, is thought to represent an evolutionary dead end of heavyset man-dog hybrids. This night was bad enough, but now my distant ancestors are getting insulted by pasty-faced anthropologists.
Chien grassouillé. Ah bah c'est lui. C'est incroyable qu'on n'ait pas trouvé plus d'indices pour l'instant. Hein?
Neolithic mustache clippers?
Déjà, il faut se débarrasser du gars, là. Comment on peut faire? Bon.
Henway.
On va réessayer.
I better reunite Max's body with his brain.
Let us begin. Please make your way to the Mesozoic era exhibit in the center of the main floor.
The dinosaur exhibit. You got it.
Réponse 3.
Gently yank the bone to hear the roar of the Pollosaurus henway.
Yank the bone. You got it.
Oui.
Yo, looks like everything's working A-okay, boss. Anything else, boss?
Alors, je pense qu'on va prendre la réponse 2.
Although it lasted for only 7 weeks.
Non, c'est pas la réponse 2, c'est la réponse éducative. Faut prendre la réponse où il y a le monstre qui détruit tout.
I did not know. Anything else, boss?
Please proceed to the
Egypt exhibit? I'll head back to base now, Mr. P.
Non. L'exposition là, elle se trouve dans la même pièce. Hein.
Ooh, that pharaoh's brain sure is...
Please proceed to the Treasures of the Forgotten Pharaoh exhibit.
The Egypt exhibit? Right away, boss.
I guess Sal's out of range.
I'll head back to base now, Mr. P.
C'est pas ça.
Although it lasted for only 7 weeks during the late summer of 56 million BC, the Mesozoic era produced an incredible explosion of evolutionary diversity, most of which was quickly erased by less ridiculous creatures.
I did not know that. Thanks, boss.
Bon, pour l'instant, ce qu'on va déjà faire, on va sauvegarder. Si je veux bien me laisser, sauvegarder chargement. Alors, non. On va sauvegarder, voilà. La partie est sauvegardée. Alors. Ouais, mais pour ça, il faut que je puisse sortir. Et pour ça, il faut que je me débarrasse du gorille. Et pour ça, donc déjà j'ai enlevé le monstre ici et j'ai mis l'audio guide sur la tête de notre cafard. Maintenant, comment se débarrasser déjà? Enfin, d'abord. Bah, attends, on va réessayer. C'est action plutôt bizarre quand même. Normalement, il devrait l'attaquer. Ah, mais parce qu'il ne ravage pas la ville. Je sais ce que je vais faire. Je vais lui donner un élément d'exposition égyptienne, peut-être. Et qu'il la démolisse. Il chope une petite, je sais pas moi, une pyramide miniature de ce style-là. Alors.
Ah, the Sphinx. I can almost smell it. Ooh. It's dioramas like this that make me appreciate the joys of central air conditioning, collective bargaining, and comfortable headwear.
C'est charmant. Very charming. Peut-être, je sais pas, diorama sur l'Égypte.
I guess Sal's out of range.
Il est hors de portée.
I guess Sal's out of range. I guess Sal's out of range. I guess Sal's out of range.
En fait, quand t'es pas à portée, il te le dit. Je sais. Mais pour l'instant, on est coincé à l'intérieur.
Still got that old brain smell. Please don't touch, play on or around the Pharaoh's brain. I question the wisdom of this sign.
Ouais. Oh, thanks for the follow, Niki Mato. Merci beaucoup, thanks for the follow. Welcome on my channel. Oh, we are very close from 600 followers. Wow! It was only 2 weeks ago we went through the 500 followers. Il y a quelques semaines seulement qu'on a passé les 500 follow, et là on approche les 600, 600 soon. Donc là c'est le couloir, lunaire cerveau, le couloir. Ouais, ça grimpe super vite.
I guess Sal's out of range.
Peut-être la tirer ici. On y retourne. Il faut la tirer ici et qu'on lui fasse faire des choses. Alors.
Please make your way to the animatron of the terrible beast assaulting the city.
Beast attacking the city. Right away, boss.
proceed to the treasures of the Forgotten Pharaoh
Voilà.
exhibit.
The Egypt exhibit? Right away, boss.
Voilà. Il est peut-être là maintenant.
I guess Sal's out of range.
Eh, il est reparti ou quoi?
I guess.
Il faut un truc qui est cassé en fait. Je sais.
It's dioramas like this that make me. Hey, it's me. If you're going to putrefy and decompose, might as well do it in style.
Non, on tourne en rond là. Il y a un autre accès par là? Non. Bon, ça va pas aider. Bah, je comprends le concept de l'audio liquide, mais... Et puis il y a ces trucs là aussi qui m'énervent en dessous là, ces tentacules. Si on essaie de les passer, qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Ooh, that pharaoh's brain sure is wriggly.
Voyons, voyons.
Would you look at that? I better not get too close to that thing. I could end up in some other dimension where the laws of physics are inside out, or radio stations are dominated by folk music, or some other nightmarish claw-your-eyes-out scenario. Byzantine belly-button waxer? Ming Dynasty mushroom mincer? Etruscan uvula Carolingian ferret forceps?
Bon moment, ah, je suis coincé. Vous avez le droit de me donner un indice. Je connais le jeu. C'est vraiment coton. Bon, je sais qu'il faut qu'on se débarrasse. Je sais qu'il faut qu'on se débarrasse de la du gorille avec l'insecte. Ça, je sais. Seulement, le problème, c'est qu'il faut qu'il s'attaque à la ville, en fait. Ouais, peut-être, Yoxogot. En fait, il faudrait qu'il s'attaque à la ville.
Hey, guard guy.
Don't bother me, Tyrone. I've got to keep a lookout for Sam.
Right. I'll just let you get back to that. Tapestry of Yogg-Sagoth. He doesn't look so tough. In fact, he looks kind of flammable.
Ça ressemble un petit peu à Ghostbusters 2 aussi, quand il y avait la tapisserie du méchant. Du méchant, très méchant. Bon. Ah, la sortie.
None shall pass.
Hey. Ça, c'est embêtant, ça.
Hey, guard guy.
Don't bother me, Tyrone. I've got to keep a lookout for Sam.
Right. I'll just let you get back to that. I better reunite Max's body with his brain, or a plausible facsimile, before Sal tosses it into an incinerator. Hoyosaurus Henway.
Que faire?
Hey, Sal. Nice headphones. Listening to the game? Or maybe some Black Flag?
No, these are my official museum guard emergency headphones. I gotta wear these so that Mr. Paperweight can tell me where to go in case of a security emergency.
Incroyable.
Of course, that last one wasn't much of an emergency. Oh well. I'm sure he had his reasons.
Ouais. Alors, tout est grisé, on a déjà écouté. Je connais toutes les réponses.
Careful out there, Sam. This place is cuckoo tonight.
Ah bah c'est charmant. Mais on a trouvé la première partie de la solution là. Ou la deuxième. Bon. Là c'est quoi ça? Ah bah le voilà. Il est là le corps. Il est venu avec moi dans le... J'ai pas besoin de retourner à la voiture. Allez hop.
Maybe this carefully preserved gray matter will get Max.
Bah oui.
Anybody in there?
Torment of Osiris will be laid upon your feet, heretics! The wrath of the... Anubis!
No,
but I get that a lot. I'm Sam.
Oh, my! A new body! And it's so energetic!
That's probably one of Max's sugar rushes. You'll just want to ride him out until you get used to him.
Well, I suppose you want some sort of tedious boon in return for rescuing our spirit from the shadowy realms, yes?
Well, if it's not too much
On
trouble,
n'est pas dans
Your Majesty,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I could use some help retrieving Max's brain from a couple of world-conquering Nimrods.
I believe we can aid you in your quest. But where will my brain go after we've restored this Max?
Well, if everything goes as planned, I suppose you can take your pick between an ethnic sorcerer and a superpowered space gorilla.
A gorilla? That does sound promising. Very well, we shall grant your boon. It shouldn't be too much trouble with all these toys of the gods secreted in this fuzzy little body.
Toys of the gods? Do you have the gift?
Is that what they're calling it these days? My people always called it the Curse of Horus. Ungrateful wretches.
Neat. If you've got creepy brain powers, this rescue's gonna be a walk in the park. Ready to roll?
Lead on, barbarian.
The
curious communication devices in this museum look fascinating. The Arrow of Power. But where is the Disc of Madness? Or the Orb of Unending Bounciness?
We haven't found him yet. But here, take a gander at this.
Ah, the wondrous Essence Thief! How well I remember disguising myself as a palm frond to observe the forbidden rituals at the Temple of Adolescence.
You tyrannical scamp.
Alors, regardons déjà un petit peu le... Eh, mais on n'a aucun numéro de téléphone mémorisé. Simple. Alors, l'image d'un objet animé prend la forme de cet objet. Pas grand chose. Essayons ici. C'est pas ça. Ah, il faut sélectionner, oui, c'est vrai. Ouais, c'est vrai. On peut faire un dessin ou... Non. La forme de cet objet, d'accord. Ou alors, il faudrait prendre un objet de l'exposition. Pour ça. On a juste à le regarder, pas à le voler. Ça y est, je recommence à débloquer complètement. Bon, je suis fatigué. Je pense qu'on va s'arrêter là pour ce soir. Le stream est un peu plus court que d'habitude. Demain, on aura une soirée qui sera beaucoup plus longue à mon avis parce qu'on va jouer à Firewatch. Et on va faire tout le jeu en une soirée. Donc soyez là à 21 h. Moi, je vais faire un petit raid dans quelques instants. On va revenir ici. Je vais juste, attendez, je vais juste sauvegarder quand même avant dans le jeu, histoire de voilà qu'on puisse déjà être tranquille. Bon, on va sauvegarder maintenant. Non, on peut pas sauvegarder. Hein? Hey, le jeu. Oh. C'est pas possible. Au jardin? Attends, déjà. On va aller dans l'exposition peut-être.
The curious communication devices in this museum look fascinating. The curious communication devices in this museum look fascinating.
Voilà, c'est bon. Voilà, c'est sauvegardé. Bon, alors on va retourner ici. Bon ben voilà. Alors on va faire un petit raid. Bon bah je vous remercie d'avoir regardé. Thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Paris time. C'est le bordel un peu derrière. Je suis fatigué. Ils avaient dit que la municipalité allait nettoyer, mais ils nettoient rien du tout en fait. C'est une tête fonctionnaire. Là. Bon, alors déjà, on va regarder qui stream en ce moment. Faire un petit raid. Et demain, on se retrouve pour Firewatch. Alors, on va aller voir, je sais pas qui. Tristan qui stream en ce moment. Oh, il stream un super jeu de plateforme. Oui, ça c'est un très bon jeu. Bendy and the Ink Machine, c'est un excellent jeu. Il va falloir d'ailleurs un jour qu'on se le fasse aussi sur la chaîne. Déjà, je me remets en QWERTY, sinon ça va pas le faire. C'est vrai que je m'embête, il y a une interface pour faire des raids, mais bon, j'aime bien faire ça à l'ancienne, en tapant la commande. Voilà. Bon, bah, je vous remercie d'avoir regardé. Nous, on se retrouve demain à 21 h heure de Paris pour la soirée Walking Simulator. Et Sibérien. Allez, bonne soirée, à la prochaine. Bye bye, see you next time.